everybody, this is the Marine with Backpacking with a Hammock. I just got out of work and I'm heading to a Hammock Forums outing called the Shack Hang. And you're probably wondering, what is a Hammock Forums outing? First of all, if you don't know anything about Hammock Forum, I really suggest that you check it out. It's hammockforums.net. In this video, I'd like to show what I believe are the 5 things that I like about Hammock Forums outing. And I'm going to break it down into 5 categories. And the first one's going to be meeting people. The second one is checking out other people's gear and testing your gear. A big thing for me is the food, the hiking, and also sitting around by the fire and shooting the breeze. So let's take off. The Shack Hang. Got up here right before it got dark, had an hour of light, set up my hammock and the tarp, and after that I went up. They had a fire up there by the shack. Went and seen some people I haven't seen since the last hang here, and some since the Frozen Butt hang. Now this is Tumbleweed. He's the host of the Shack Hang.
This is the original crew. It's my brother and my buddies. We first started coming out here hunting.
Oh, really?
We use the shack as a base, so to speak, place to warm up and eat and drink and stuff. Play sheephead till old dark 30. And then one year I realized we could get a bunch of hammockers in here and use that as a place to stay warm and dry and change clothes and whatever. Set up our hammocks scattered over. We've got a 100-acre farm here that we can set up in a lot of different places. And there's hammocks and tarps and stuff. We just have a lot of fun. Love hammocking because you're off the ground, and if you've ever been in the ground in the wintertime, the ground is cold. It sucks all the heat out of your feet. Your toes get cold. But if you hammock, now you're up in the air a little bit. So it's just a matter of keeping your blankets around you. Under quilt on the bottom, top quilt on top, down hat, keep your head warm because your hair fell. It's down here now. But it's what we do. Just have a little fun at it.
Now the hammock that I'm using is a War Bonnet Blackbird XLC. Got my winter cover on there. I kind of have it zipped down to right about here and then drape it over the top of the ridge line so I don't get any condensation, so there's a little bit of ventilation in here. Well, no, a little bit on my top quilt, but not bad. And then the tarp I'm using is a Superfly. I got it modified with the pole module in there. Otherwise, the temperature I would have to say is 20 degrees, about 5 Celsius. Negative 5 Celsius. And I'm going to get up, head up to the shack. I'm sure they got breakfast going on there. I'm hoping they're going to have bacon and eggs, and see what else is up there. So a lot of people are asking, where is Runner? Well, Runner with his children have in-laws, so every other year they have to switch off Christmas. This year they had to celebrate it early because children are with in-laws.
Hey everybody, this is Runner and Mrs. Runner. Missing you up at the Shack Hang this weekend, but our priorities are to spend some time with our family and our 2 wonderful grandkids, Esther and Silas. So looking forward to the next hang.
Merry Christmas!
So that's why Runner is not here. And with that note, one of my favorite things about these Hammock Forums outings is meeting people. Like with Runner and I, we have this great relationship. We hike, we work well together. And there'll be some of you that are trying to get into this hammock camping, but you have no one that has that same interest as you. And I really strongly suggest that you go to Hammock Forum, go to these outings, find an outing, come to one, and meet people, because there's people just like you that are looking for someone to hike with. So I really recommend that. And if you're an extrovert, introvert, male, female, it doesn't matter with these outings. We all have one thing in common. Now, what is your favorite part of a Hammock Forums outing, say the Shack Hang?
The friends, the people. I like talking to the people, although I'm not a good conversationalist. I like listening to people's stories. And everybody's got a lifetime of stories. It's just a matter of soliciting it and listening to what they've got to say.
Now here we got two guys. This is their first hang. What do you think about Hammock Forums outings?
It was fabulous. It was a lot of camaraderie. I think getting to know people who are passionate about this.
People couldn't be nicer. Just a lot of fun.
What's your favorite thing about Hammock Forums outings?
Oh, it's the people. Of course.
Aww.
Except for this one.
The fellowship is wonderful.
What about you, Banana?
I would agree.
I don't know.
Now the second thing about Hammock Forums outing is coming up here and testing your gear. You might have some new gear, or it's winter time, we got snow and you want to test it out to see if it will work for you. This is a great time because even if you don't have any gear, you guys, if you go to Hammock Forum, there's a lot of guys. There's guys up here that brought extra under quilts, top quilts, hammock. You could come up to one of these outings and have no gear. You just tell the people that you don't have the gear, and these guys will be more than willing to loan you the gear so you can try this out.
I've got all my gear, but I brought out 2 extra hammocks and 2 extra sleeping bags and what you call blankets, quilts and stuff like that, wool blankets and under quilts. And so if you don't have gear, but you want to try it out, all you got to do is say, hey, what do I have to do? And basically, you just have to get here. And we'll help you out if you got deep snow. We'll get you through that too.
And another thing that's really great about it is we walk around and we look at each other's gear, what is new. I learn a lot from these guys here because everyone has these different techniques, and that really helps me learn these different and new things. And that's what I love about Hammock Forums outing up here, is just meeting new people, but also learning what gear they have and what works for them and what doesn't work for them. And it makes you a better hammock camper. Alex,
Did you bring any food?
what about you? What's your favorite thing of a Hammock Forum
We're trying to put it
hangs?
together in a day.
These outings.
And
together
two, we
and
said,
checking out other people's
we just
rigs,
don't want the sign-up sheet.
seeing
Like,
how they
it's
got
not very
things
full.
going. Maybe
There's
they
nobody
thought of
coming.
something you didn't.
All the experience and knowledge and just listening and figuring out the different gear and stuff that's available and seeing it in use.
And it's a lot of fun to look at everybody's rig and see how everybody's got it, you know, hung out and all the different styles and kinds. It's pretty neat.
There's so much knowledge when you have these people together, how to solve this problem.
This is the Tens of Four stand that's been written about on the Hammock Forums for about the past year or so. And I picked this up last August and have had it out in backyards and state campgrounds, my own backyard, hotel room in Nashville, and so you can find a lot of places to use it. So what I was doing with this particular hang was finding a spot that wasn't ideal for a hammock in terms of trees around here are too small, it's on a slope, we've got snow everywhere, and I only had an hour to come in and set it up before the sun went down. And so with the Tens of Four, it was easy to find this site here, 5 minutes of walking, and found a slope that looked like it was going to work. The site needed no prep. I didn't have to trim out any branches. It was a natural little clearing here. The trees lined up to tie anchor lines to, no problems. It just kind of fell together quite nicely. And 5-10 minutes to set up a stand, a few more minutes to hang the hammock and quilts and an undercoat protector, and I was ready to go. So well within an hour I had my spot for this site.
Again, what's the name of the stand?
Tens of Four.
And where can you get it?
If you do Tensa 4, TENSA 4. Do that as a search. You'll find the company name under that name. And Latherdome and Rafting Tigger, I think, are the names of the two people who own that brand new company, and they're producing it and ramping up their production. You can order it from War Bonnet, Hammocks. From
War Bonnet sells it.
Yeah, Dutchware sells it.
Okay, Dutch sells it too.
And it weighs 11 pounds packed.
Oh, 11 pounds.
Yep.
That's later my Tato Gear one.
Yeah, by half.
Yeah, well, it's 25 almost. Oh, 23, 25.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, thank you, Water Toner. I appreciate that. Really encourage you to check this out, or check out any Hammock Forum hang. And all the guys are like that. They're really great guys, and gals.
Yep.
Don't forget the gals.
Yeah, don't forget the gals. They add color.
Now, the third thing about the Hammock Forum outing is the food. People bring this amazing food up here, and I'll leave here probably 5 pounds heavier. And with the shack hang here in central Wisconsin, a lot of people come from Chicago, and those guys from Chicago can cook. Here's the chef right here.
Yeah, 2018, Tumbleweed's the Shack Hang. It's a winter party out here.
All right.
This morning we had biscuits and gravy. That was just amazing. So the food is just wonderful up here. If you just pig out.
Chicago style.
Last bite.
Last bite of the Ditkas, you know? Hot jardinera.
What were you saying about
Delicious.
Ditkas?
Any more? Are you done? Or
I'm saving some for the others, you know what I mean?
for
but
me?
I'm probably going to be in for seconds.
It's also a great way to meet people as you're eating, pigging out. Your favorite thing about a hammock hang?
That's what we're
All
discussing.
of it.
Okay.
One thing.
The one thing?
Now, if
We're
we
talking about Neil's got some grandiose ideas.
The food.
Good food, good friends.
Great food.
That is Mrs. Tumbleweed's homemade chili, which is to die for. And Italian roast beef, making sandwiches with au jus in it. It's really, really good.
So what do you got there?
Seti made us some hot Italian beef sandwiches with Ditka's jardinera. This is the way we eat when we come out to the shack.
There's someone else that would like to sample that.
Everybody loves it, so you never go hungry out here, that's for sure.
What we do is eat. This is like 11sies. We still have to have dinner in about or.
Here, it's so delicious though.
Yeah. You don't need that in your life.
All right, kids, don't make me separate you guys.
Well, you guys, one of the big things up here at the shack hang is eating.
We never get to eat.
What do you guys think? These guys are waiting in line here. I don't think there's going to be anything left.
Well, you're dawdling, so I go in the back away there down there.
Now, another thing that's really fun about these Hammock Forum outing is hikes. The Ice Age Trail is right next to me, so we'll do a hike on the Ice Age Trail, and just a small hike, maybe a couple miles. And see the beauty of this land here. So there's always usually a hike involved when you go to these Hammock Forum outings. So what's your favorite thing about these hammock hangs?
Up in the air and we say, okay, how do we build?
Number one favorite thing?
Just getting outside.
Speaking of building stuff.
What's real nice with the hammock hangs is getting some people and getting out and hiking. And I'm just going to take a little stroll right now and go around this property line here. Now Tumbleweed maintains this area of the Ice Age Trail, and you can see you put up these little stools for these guys, and if you get tired they can rest right there. And boy, it's a gorgeous morning. The sun's out, there's no wind. I would say, it's getting close to 30 degrees, maybe 1 below Celsius. Just gorgeous out today. You don't get days like this too much in the wintertime. Take advantage of it and get out and do some hiking. The last thing that's really great about the Hammock Forum outing is sitting by the fire at nighttime. I guarantee you every night there's going to be a fire. Unless it's raining, you're going to have a fire where people gather around and shoot the breeze, and it's a really great way to know people and learn what they're doing and what their life is like, sharing their life struggles or whatever. But it's a lot of laughs, jokes. The fire is just a great place just to unwind for the rest of the night before we hop back in this hammock.
Gonna bring some bacon. I'll sweat it all up. Yeah, maybe it's not.
No, it's like shooting out of the...
Yeah, it'll do that. We've done it a couple times.
Have you?
Oh, you got one?
Right angle.
We used to wire those tubes.
Oh.
You were around for those, weren't you?
You take, and then just use
Maybe
the
not. You'd remember it because we'd have planes going
Blackbird
20 feet up in
version
here.
2
I got all the videos on my old phone.
Should have transferred.
top cover and the bottom.
Then you can both match up. Like, thank God, are you kidding me?
Right.
No, I think that's fine.
Yeah, but
You okay, Neil?
Yeah, why? I'm fascinated by the lighting.
I'll throw them on there.
Because this is another thing that's my favorite thing of all, is getting in this hammock and sleeping at nighttime, waking up and just a beautiful view out here with the snow and the woods and stuff. Man, it doesn't get better than this. Well, this concludes this video. This is the Marine with Backpacking with the Hammock. Thank you for watching, and God bless.
3, 2, 1.
All right, guys.
That's the dog
All right.
I wish we had wished that would have worked out.
Look pretty, and if you can't do that, just don't look goofy.
Too late.
Leave it be.
Roger's like, where am I going? Where am I going?
Go right there.